One of the most pertinent things that happened during my hiatus was the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
Just said, take a look at what happened.
What you just saw was video of former President Donald Trump, who says he was shot in the ear during an assassination attempt at a rally today in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
I know I mentioned before, when I came back in that return video, if you will, that I wanted to talk about that. But as time progressed, other issues popped up. Other matters got in the way. The more I started to see and feel that that topic had been talked about and covered, and you didn't necessarily need my additional 2 cents on this matter. So I decided to forego it and work on other things. And then, as if God himself said, Tucker, you must discuss this. This past Sunday, guess what happened?
Safe and is thanking the Secret Service and local law enforcement for stopping an apparent assassination attempt at his golf club in Florida.
Courtney's in the newsroom with more on what happened and the suspect. Courtney?
Yeah, good morning to you both. This is the second alleged attempt on the president's life in just about 9 weeks.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yep, they tried it again. So now I can go ahead and let off on this nonsense here. Let's talk about it. So this past Sunday, September 16th, another individual decided to try to take a shot at former president and current presidential nominee or presidential candidate Donald J. Trump.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Well, it didn't go the way he expected it.
Another attempt on Donald Trump's life foiled after a stunning chain of events in Palm Beach County, Florida. That includes an adept Secret Service officer just ahead of him at the Trump International Golf Course.
He was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says he left behind 2 backpacks with ceramic tile, a GoPro video camera, and an AK-47, which had a scope, praising a witness who saw the suspect and took a photo of his car and his tag. The suspect, identified as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, soon pulled over and taken into custody.
The Secret Service was actually on top of their job this time. They opened fire on him before he got one round off. Now, in case you're wondering, who was he? You can do the deep dive research yourself. I'm going to do a surface level unveiling about who this individual is.
Law enforcement will now try and connect the dots on Ryan Wesley Routh. Routh spent most of his life in North Carolina before moving to Hawaii and has a decades-long criminal history with more than 100 charges, including possessing a weapon of mass destruction felony because he owned a fully automatic machine gun.
We heard the news today, and it's just been very surprising.
Neighbors near Routh's Hawaii home said he was kind. The truck in the driveway of his house has a Biden-Harris bumper sticker, with his social media post painting a picture of a man who was politically all over the place. A 2020 post from a now suspended X account allegedly belonging to Routh says he voted for Trump in 2016 but grew disappointed and that he'd be glad when Trump was gone. He wrote democracy is on the ballot in April of this year in a post supporting President Biden. He made nearly 20 small donations to Democratic fundraiser Act Blue between 2019 and 2020.
He's been out there for a while. But what I find amazing is how the media is handling this. And I feel they are doing a much worse job this time than they did previously. I remember clearly that during former President Trump's first assassination attempt, and then they had to come back when they found out, oh shit, somebody really did take shots at Trump, and had to completely recant their statements.
Care to revise your statement, sir?
What? Do you want to change your bullshit story, sir?
Now with this one, the reason I say the media is doing a worse job is because now, unlike the previous time, they are trying to absolve themselves of all blame. When the media acknowledged that someone tried to kill former President Trump the first time, they had a more humble approach to the report. They were saying things like, well, maybe we should tone it down. Maybe we should tone down the rhetoric. Because I think they realized at that moment, you know what? Maybe calling this man the modern day Hitler isn't a very bright idea. Maybe calling this man the greatest threat to democracy isn't the most intelligent thing to say, considering the mental health of the modern public. Because those that follow the mainstream media, the left's puppets, those people aren't mentally wrapped.
I don't much give a hoot one way or the other. All I'm saying is that you got something wrong with your head.
I say that in all honesty because why would you blindly believe and swallow everything that they feed you? Understand, this is the same media that told you Joe Biden was A-OK.
Now, he's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second, and I've known him for years.
He's a mental whip. He's on it. And then when the world saw it after the debate he had with Trump this year, you see how quickly they turned on their president.
And now is a good time. In June, thank God. In June, and not October, in June, this is the last chance for Democrats to decide whether this man we've known and loved for a very long time is up to the task of running for president of the United States.
How quickly they turned on the guy who they just said, he's as sharp as a knife. He's cracking a whip. Biden is on it.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then when they could no longer deny it, they swiftly turned on him.
We are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Why would you follow an entity like that?
Good question.
So this time, instead of coming the more humble approach of, wow, this is the second time someone has tried to take Trump's life. And again, after a debate.
Coincidence? I think not.
Why? Could it be the way you handled that debate? Oh, I won't go into the travesty that is right now, but it goes into the larger point I am about to make. Or could it be the rhetoric coming from the mainstream media in this current administration? You're comparing him to a man that led the worst genocide in written history. You have called this man a threat to our very nation. That's what you've done. And you perpetuated it, and you've done it, and you've done it. And the media has done it under the worst circumstance to me. You've done it knowing that the people who follow you, listen to you, have trust, faith in you, and believe you implicitly, those people, you know.
Yeah, you're not so bright, are you? No. Perfect.
They're not the sharpest tools in the shed. At best, I can call them drones. The media has done an excellent job of cultivating a hive mind mentality. And the drones are the lowest level of those minds. like a beehive. Worker drones' jobs are to protect the hive. Do what you must do. They will sacrifice themselves in order to protect the hive. They will vehemently and aggressively, ferociously attack any threat to the hive, even when it means it takes their own life. But their job is to protect the hive. And right now, this administration and where we are in the nation as a whole is a hive mind. Hence why we call ourselves free mind thinkers. But it's a hive mind mentality. Anyone who thinks outside of that hive is a threat to that hive. Even those people that are in the hive right now, if they slightly disagree with even one fact, they are cast out. So what will the media do? What has the media said about this second assassination attempt? They do what the media does. Shift blame, go blame us, not our fault, avoid accountability. Here's proof. Check this out. Headline at the Cincinnati Enquirer. There's no place for violence in politics. Trump's lies and rhetoric must stop.
What did you just say?
Trump's rhetoric? Let's stop for a second. If Trump is saying that he's here to save the nation and that the current administration are enabling policies, creating policies that will damage America overall, then wouldn't his rhetoric demand that people take shots at the left?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
At Kamala Harris and Joe Biden? Not saying that anyone should, not by any stretch. I'm not for this nonsense either way. But how does his rhetoric make him a target? I'm just saying, the opening line in that Cincinnati Enquirer report says this: there was no place in politics for violence. That said, the former president, Donald Trump, brings a lot of this stuff on himself.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the person that will blame women for getting raped. All right, that was just a taste. If you want the whole meal, then follow us over on Rumble under Free Mind Thinkers. There you'll get the whole, unedited, full context version of this video. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker, reminding you to stand up, stand out, think differently. Holla.